Hello everyone, I'm Mr. Perez for the Flipped Classroom. Our topic today, academic writing. Academic writing is the writing we do at different school levels like high school, college, or university. We use this type of writing in activities such as reporting a book, writing an essay, or in a research paper. Academic writing has very different rules than the ones we use when texting a friend, for example. We must follow the traditional conventions of punctuation, grammar, and spelling. This type of writing usually requires you to analyze and explain a topic, form an opinion, and then support that opinion. Audience is another way to refer to your readers. Depending upon your audience, you may choose to adopt a formal or informal voice, tone, and register. In the case of writing for academic purposes, the audience is usually a teacher or professor and sometimes your classmates. It's important to remember that different audiences require different writing styles. You should write your Facebook status updates differently than your school papers, for instance. Here are some of the differences when posting in social media and when writing for an academic audience. Why say someone is very smart when you can say clever, intelligent, or perceptive? 99% of the time, you can use one descriptive word instead of two simple words, making your writing tighter and more precise. Just don't use clichés. If you're wondering if a phrase is a cliché or not, just think. Does this phrase actually mean anything, or am I just saying it because I really can't think of a more accurate way to say what I should say? Always be specific. Say what you mean to say, and don't forget that Google is your friend. If you ever see a sentence that starts with there is or there are, 99% of the time there is a better and more specific way to talk about whatever it is you were going to talk about. Instead of stating that thing's existence with a there is, say something about the thing itself. But if you need to use there is or there are, avoid personal pronouns. Take a look at the following text and select the correct audience. Was this written to a friend, a classmate, the writer himself or herself, health magazine readers, or a school teacher? That's correct. It was written for an audience of readers of a health magazine. Now select the correct audience in the following. Was it written to a friend, the writer himself or herself, or a school teacher? That's correct. When writing to a friend, we can use abbreviations and slang, especially if we are texting. Next, we're going to see tone and register. Tone can be funny, serious, angry, exciting, personal, affecting, interesting, intelligent, informed, knowledgeable, engaging, conversational, etc. In academic writing, you have to be very careful when selecting the appropriate tone. Register refers to the specific choice of words, style, and grammar that you select to express when writing. Depending on your audience, you have to select the appropriate register. Since the school is considered a formal setting, you need to avoid slang and incorrect spelling. Here are some examples of slang to avoid and words that we should use instead. Avoid contractions, just spell the words out. That isn't hard to do and takes your level of writing to a higher academic level. Now it's your turn to select the word or phrase you consider that has a more formal register. Excellent! Now you know that academic writing is the writing we do in high school, college, or university. You must remember that we cannot use the same rules as the ones we use when sending a text message. They must be specific and formal. we must follow punctuation, grammar, and spelling conventions. You also saw that we need to adopt the formal or informal tone or register depending on our audience, which are our readers. Always be specific. Avoid contractions and personal pronouns. And finally, since the school is considered a formal setting, you need to avoid slang and incorrect spelling. That's all for today. This has been Mr. Perez with another video for the Flipped Classroom. Thank you very much, and don't forget that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel.